Good morning, spacenoids. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another live session. Thought the time would be a nice thing to add. So I am breaking this guy back out to continue working on him, but I'll show you what I've been working on as far as painting. Is morning. Hope I didn't throw you off with the name change, but everything that we love, especially coffee. But yeah, welcome to the new live. But this is what I've been working on. Is Joe, is coffee, is Mecha, is good. So George gave me a Dragon Art kit. Didn't know he gave me the bad guy. So cool, awesome, love it. So instead of leaving that awful blue plastic color on there, I've been, let me get it in the light there. Putting the first coat down. This is all hand painted, by the way. And then I did the yellow too on feet, just to see how this other color would work. So I did a flat yellow Tamiya, and then I did Artesa's premium acrylic colors. This is Dreamy Lemon Yellow. This was part of their metallic color collection. And then Tamiya X3 Royal Blue. And I didn't, when I first used it on a Mini, and I didn't know it was going to be this glossy to it. But yeah, look at that gloss on that paint, and whew. It's like I got very, I do that, bumps and stuff like that, but for a hand brush, my man, I did a really damn good job. But of course, I want to put another coat over it because to me, you keep on swiping it, stuff like that. Not to mention, I was using a really fat brush, probably a half inch. Hella glossy, yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that helmet. Look at that dome. That dome shines better than freaking Geo's. Yeah, and then all these are yellow too. So I'm gonna try to find. I want to try to find something high gloss yellow. Probably gonna be the same thing that I probably do with him for his spots, but I'm probably gonna be more using a neon yellow for him. And so I got some little palette colors and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I tried one of the AKs, and this was the fluorescent pink. That looks really good on camera. It's flat on in real life. It's kind of flat, but it's so vibrant that it cuts around other colors. So if you have a black, gray background, like it really looks good. And I have to do another coat on that too. My brushes were getting a little old, but yeah, that's the Dragon Art kit. The Yuga, I believe it's called. vegan. But yeah, working on that. And meanwhile, we're cutting this out after I reinforced it on the other side, because I want to be able. I want to get some. I have a lot. Probably going to go out and get more. Get more tinier styrene and make more lines on it. The idea is that I want to do some sort of design here where it replicates the eye that was on here that I carved out. So, got some 30 minutes fantasy kits. Ooh, coming in the delivery tomorrow. Fighter, the Rosen Priest, and some class up parts to mess around with. Nice. Nice. I just saw the Ninja, and who else? A Paladin, and I was like, hell yeah. Like it's almost to the point where if you do it right, Fizz, you could possibly get some polymer clay and use that as a base, and just polymer clay like the face and stuff like that to them. Me and my wife were talking about it because she does. Sarah's got the Morps channel, and she freaking does polymer clay and does a whole bunch of art. She just got a tablet recently, so she's been kind of doing that stuff. But yeah. And this guy's just all taped up anyways, too. I like how well it fits, just taping it. I didn't even have to glue it. Yeah. Got to reinforce this side, so we'll do that here this morning. I guess I can lay down some sort of base coat on this. Sculpt a tiny face. Yeah, or she was talking about, because my character is a Tabaxian, which is a catfolk, and they don't have like the dimensions of like a cat's head kind of thing. So she was like, well, if you just did it just ever so slightly, you would be kind of making, she said, look at the style of Monster High. She said it would kind of look like that with a bigger head. And I was like, oh, well, that's not that much bigger, and, she was like, you can make tiny clothes for them too, like fabric, and so that you can make it more poofy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so right. Like, clothes would add layer. So I was like, man, that's just a bunch of good ideas. Man, holy crap. I will have to rip that off, I think. No, I shouldn't have to. But, oh yeah, no, I shouldn't have to, because that's where this sits. Yeah, that's where that sits. And then I got to order, whatchamacallit. I got to order, yeah, you can see how bad I carved these out. I didn't get them straight at all. You can see how much of that gap is there. Yeah, pretty big gap. When you blend it in like that, try to get it close. See, there's a gap there. I'll have to do the same thing as put this back in the back and then carve it down a little bit. Or maybe, I don't know. Might be able to hold it. Because I'm always trying to look on the other side too. So, my bad. And then we got the ladders to mess with today too. And then maybe we can throw some primer on the pilots. Lots of sanding. You know it. Yes. Well, just to be in fairness, I'll give you a little. There's more stuff back here that you're not seeing. Look this way. My whole tool chest. And below that, more tools. Peter. Good morning, spacenoid. But yeah. I love this thing. I found it at a house, and I was just like, you guys left it. I'm not throwing this in the trash. Still in the box. Nigel. Good morning. Oh man, I gotta turn on this top fans thing. This thing's got go. And then I probably don't got live chat on. Do I have live chat? Nope. Got top chat again. Here we go. Now it's freaking out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. Morning, Nigel. Morning, Peter. Morning, Fizz. Hell yeah. Morning, guys. We're just doing this. Familiar faces. Like, oh my god. But yeah, the spay kit. Give me 1 second. All right, back to the action. So I reinforced the other side of this, and I'm just now carving the extra out. I'm going to be probably reusing it to reinforce this side, this upper portion in the upper part, just like that. Maybe sort on some primer on my pilots and my pilots in my chair. Here, hold on. Dude, there we go. A nice blurry mess, just like George's. But yeah. But how are you guys doing this beautiful Thursday morning? Today is a treat yourself day. Yes, the soldiers. No, actually, these soldiers are 1/100 scale, and this is a 1/44 kit. So it's kind of a difference. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. This is where they come from. This German kit. It looks like a D-Day kit, but it comes with a couple of, yep, made in Germany, a couple of tanks, and it transport. But I was figuring I'd use the transport for him. Maybe modify it so that this side, but see, I don't want to modify this because this actually floats. That's what's the crazy part. But I was looking at my 144th pilot. Fark knows how to paint it well. Yeah. There's a lot of good painters out there. There's a lot of good painters out there. I'm by no stretch of the imagination consider myself good. I consider myself decent. Like, yeah, I can get it on there. Can you throw paint? Yep. Is it gonna look good? Maybe. Like, my boss was like, "You paint minis, you know, you should be able to paint the wall really good." I'm like, "Okay, listen, man. There's a big difference between painting a wall and micro painting." He goes, "But it's a model, you know, you should like just a 1-to-1 scale." I'm like, well, "Listen, 1/100th of a scale is a big difference." Let's talk about scaling. Let's talk about, and at that same point, let's talk about pay. What are the pay gonna do with it? Yeah, but you know, fun stuff. You know what I mean? What, Fig? Why are you meowing? Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Is that it? Come here. I swear, my cat goes around the house, and as soon as I'm up talking and stuff like that, she has to go around and wake everyone up in the house. Yeah, right. Kitty. Yeah. She's our outside kitty. Well, was our outside kitty. We brought her in when we moved, and she is now taking over security. When I get home, she jumps on my shoulder. I love it. Come here, Big. Summon 3 cats. Yes, Poppy. Come here. Poppy. Yep. She's our oldest. But if I tried to do this stuff in any other, like I'm in the living room, if I tried to do this stuff in, like trying to hide myself away, none of the, oh yeah, and I like to call her, my Ukraine fighter because there's a picture of that same our same pattern cat that is in a Ukraine troop transport going off to war. And I was like, "Oh, my little rogue fighter, my little baby, fight for your independence, baby." So I always make fun. I was like, "That's your," like, I show her the pictures and stuff like that. Like, "That's your cousin. She's all fighting the good fight." And it's just a gruff look on her face. Like everyone's got a gruff look on them, and she's got one too. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, it sucks that war and conflict have to be a thing, and it sickens me. But we should also not be submissive in all these things. So I don't understand it. If there's war going on, like I saw some of the most heartbreaking things. Not to take away from the morning here, but you know, I'm getting I'm using this as a platform of voice. So, and let's just end the violence, pure and simple. Let's end the hostilities towards each other. Go build a model, and that's kind of why I'm uh, transforming this from a Gundam kit to a firefighter, a rescue model, in the same aspect as George. Because I was like, that is a really good idea. That is a really good idea. Transform these old kits of war into things that benefit mankind. Like, how would this actually benefit mankind? And I actually thought about this too. Tentacles are there to grab up things, get around things. The snorkel here is made to uh, suck in. I could also put in a hose here so that can do that. But I was also going to have it so that the ladder comes up off the back here, and we can angle it differently, but like have the let me get it better so you can see. I get the ladder off the back here, and then you know look a little nicer. Too many people don't like more. I should say step sitting on the fence. Yeah, that's right. I just get into power. Right. Help establish a genuine democracy government for another country. Yeah, yeah. And there's there's a whole lot of underlining things too that make it unbearable to watch and see. Uh, as Senator Palpatine, not Senator Palpatine, but as Senator Princess Amidala, as Princess Amidala said. So this is the sound of how democracy falls, with a roaring applause. Ugh. I was like, at that point, I knew, right? Like, you, literature, art, and everything dictates and perceives reality. Like, you think like we're watching fictional stuff most of the time. Yeah, we are. We're watching fictional stuff that people are going to so hardly believe that want to be true that it does become true. The best movie to represent that is Paycheck. So, and it's not a bad movie. Slow in some spots, but hey, it's a thriller, science fiction thriller. How much would shifted around us in the last decade? Calls and violence on friends, neighbors, fellow countrymen. Amen. To become normal. See, TTAs during Normal CTAs during a fun little model build hobby stream. Breach. I love this. This is a cup I got for my birthday. Welcome to Night City from Cyberpunk 2077. And when you get to the bottom of the bottom of the set, bottom of the mug, it goes the worst city in worst city in America to live. And I was like, all these people who say the U.S. and UK should mind their own business has no idea the atrocities, conditions that are forced on the. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Like, watch a horror movie. It's like a suspense horror movie where it's like based on reality, like loosely or kind of something. No, it's probably truthfully based in reality. The mind of man is a horrible thing. The best way to put it is when H.P. Lovecraft made Cthulhu, he was diving into the hearts of man and how evil really man is. So he was literally diving. Like that's why it sucks so much. That's why it hurts so much. That's why it feels like real. There's so much social media BS propaganda out there. These people are generally getting brainwashed. Yeah. Yep. Generally getting brainwashed. So I'm throwing down some cement and putting this piece that I cut off to reinforce it. How I do that is I press down on it really hard. Yeah. But the best way that we can um, remember, the best way we can fight this and stuff like that is just to read, take a step back, call to action. Oh, call to action usually used for comment below, subscribe, like, not remember to not do violence upon your fellow man. Yeah, yeah. Settle down. We're trying to wake up people. Yeah. And sorry to go down the political rant and stuff like that, but this I saw something the other day, and it literally broke my heart. And I it, it was two things. I saw two things. All right, and it started off pretty rough, where it was some kids in Palestine, basically begging for death because living on this planet is no fun, and that was heartbroken to me. Because the torture, the subjugation, how like they're just I'll find better life in heaven than I will here because, and it's like wow, like that is like gut wrenching to hear. And I'm sorry for breaking mood, but you know it's on the news. Like if you're not seeing it, then you are watching all the propaganda. Like that's how I feel a lot of times. It's like you have to go and search, and I feel like everything's subject now to everything. So if you go out and say anything and like, hey, here's a list of things you should go see, it's almost like, hey, well, I'm following this person random who cares in Michigan, whatever. But it's like, it's like we gotta look up information. You gotta dive. You know what I mean? I mean, like, if you want to talk about the real implications and stuff like that, and how society's really looking upon cyberpunk, it's almost what is happening now, and it's crazy. It's crazy how much, if you look at cyberpunk, and like what it had to deal with, it's crazy. It is nuts, my man. Fig, calm down. Get over here. People want to see you. You're meowing over there at mom's door. Oh no, you're in the corner. Just meowing. Nice. She's in the corner by the TV, just meowing from the corner of the room. Trying to mimic me. Got your own things going on? Doing all your. She probably got more followers than I do then. If that's the case. Sorry for going down the rant. I see my people on my live have dropped. But, I just had to say my piece because I was so heartbroken by it. I just couldn't believe that. It was, someone just sitting there videotaping it, like, how can you sit there and videotape that? But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to the model. Rescue build. Damn it. This shitty thing about working with such thin styrene. But yeah, but the idea is that in these spots here too, I'll be putting lights. Catch you the next time. See you, Nigel. You have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Next time. But I wouldn't be putting lights in here. I have to order lights. But yeah. I'm going to let it sit more. Put some more glue on it before I trim it down farther. There we go. And next, let's start doing tiny things inside the cockpit because that's where all my details going to be. And then I think I found a bit of glass. I found these plastic cups at work. So, all right. pilot situated. That's how they're going to be. Let's get everything built up inside of it. Give me my styrene. Oxo-styrene. Angles. Half round. Yes, please. Thank you. Angles. Thank you. 10 pieces. Let's see. Are these both the same? Yes, they are. I will take this one since it's opened. Those are our consoles. This is a little bit bigger. Yes, this is a little bit bigger. And is that half round? That's half round. Let me use this. Take this back. By 60. Yep, take these. And then these are 20s. Okay, so yeah, these are rectangles and these are squares. Okay, so those are different. Yeah, both the same dimensions. Actually, these ones are thinner. So this is 0.5 by 20 by 20, and this is, no, these are the same size. Except for these are rectangle, and then these are square. Nice. All right, Fizz. You have a good one, my man. Peace. Oh, and it's getting about being an hour. All right. I think we did good. We got stuff planned out for tomorrow. I showed you guys some good stuff. And then maybe next time I can do live every morning right from here for about an hour. But yeah, I'll get that. We'll take all the small bits and pieces. We'll make little railings to go around everywhere. We'll kind of build up these walls a little bit. We'll do something back here on this back end to kind of do that. We'll make ladders and steps, handrails, that kind of thing for these guys to come up, go and use this back door. I'll probably drill out that back door, and we'll call it there. Not very productive morning, but not bad for the second show. All right, guys. You guys all have a good one. I'll catch you on the next live stream with me, Mecha Coffee Joe, and formerly Gundam Gear Raider. And you guys all have a good one. And as always, keep your stick on ice, and later, Spacenoids.